Most people don't fail. They just stop 10 minutes before everything changes. And that's the part nobody tells you. Because failure rarely looks like collapse. It looks like quitting, right before the moment it finally starts working. Think about that. How many people gave up on their dream job just before the call that would have changed their life? How many stopped building their business right before the first real customer showed up? How many walked away from their goal when they were closer than they ever realized? Not because they weren't capable, not because they weren't smart, but because they were tired, confused, and convinced nothing was happening. And that's where most people get trapped, because progress doesn't always feel like progress. Sometimes it feels like silence. Sometimes it feels like failure repeating itself. Sometimes it feels like you're pushing a wall that refuses to move. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Right before a breakthrough, things often get the hardest. It's like life tests you one last time. Are you really serious, or were you just excited in the beginning? And most people, without realizing it, answer wrong. They quit. Not because they are weak, but because they can't see what's coming next. Let me tell you something real. Every successful person you admire has a moment like this. A moment where nothing was working, where doubt was louder than belief, where quitting would have been easier than continuing. But they didn't stop. Even when it didn't make sense, even when nobody was clapping, even when their effort felt invisible, they stayed in the game just a little longer. And that little longer changed everything. Now listen carefully. Your life might be in that exact moment right now. That phase where you're questioning everything, where you're thinking, maybe this isn't for me, where results feel delayed and motivation feels gone. But delay is not denial. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't happen at all. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are not wasting your time. You might just be closer than you think. And the only difference between someone who makes it and someone who doesn't is who can hold on for 10 more minutes when everything inside them says to quit. So what do you do when nothing is working? You don't need a new dream. You don't need a new identity. You don't even need perfect motivation. You just need to not stop. Do the next right step, then the next one after that, even if it feels small, even if it feels pointless. Because momentum doesn't show up first. Consistency does. And one day, without warning, things will shift. A message comes, a door opens, a result shows up, and suddenly you realize it was never not working. It was just building. And here's the final truth. Most people will never experience their breakthrough, not because it wasn't meant for them, but because they left too early. Too early to see the results, too early to feel the change, too early to understand that they were already almost there. So if you're tired right now, keep going. If you're confused right now, keep going. If you feel like nothing is happening, keep going. Because your breakthrough doesn't show up when you feel ready. It shows up when you refuse to quit. And maybe, just maybe, you're only 10 minutes away from everything changing.